them hard. Ain't no time for permission. From the weight room to the plate, we spit motivation. Yeah, we yell at the but it's pure dedication. Got the podcast booming, the whole team listen. Big dudes, big hearts, and the scholarship glistening. Big dudes, big hearts, and the scholarship glistening.
What's up, everybody? I'm Rob.
I'm Chad.
And we're the Bucket Dads. Man, we got a good one today, don't we?
Holy cow. Are things heating up here in the Pacific Northwest?
Dude, Hillsboro has become softball central.
That's right.
In the Pacific Northwest.
I mean, think about this, guys. We were just talking about it. I didn't even know. I'm going to be honest with you. Here we have this softball podcast. It wasn't even until recently that I realized that we had a professional softball league.
I know there's a lot to learn. There's a lot going on with the softball community and a lot to learn. And like all of a sudden you start realizing how badass these women are.
Athlete
Oh my God.
Unlimited Softball League. Professional softball. There's now 8 teams league-wide.
6. There's 6.
6 with 2 expansion.
Yeah, including 2 expansion. And dude, Hillsboro, the Cascade.
We got one of them. What are the odds?
We got a good team. I haven't looked at the other teams yet. I'm sure they're probably pretty good too. But
I just think it's crazy that
whoever's in charge of drafting for the Cascade, they put together a pretty killer
They did
team.
nail that, man. We did a little research, kind of figure out who they are. I mean, this is all brand new. Tickets, literally, this was all just announced yesterday. Literally yesterday on social media, the news channels announced that the Professional Softball League team right here in Portland, and hey, right in our backyard. We live in Hillsboro. All that's going down at the Hillsboro Ballpark Stadium. Tonkin Stadium.
Yeah, the former Hops, where the Hillsboro Hops are playing, because they built that new stadium. So now they have the old stadium, and I would have to assume they're probably ripping out the infield turf or doing whatever because they got to convert from 90 to 60-foot bases and all that stuff. But man, awesome. And hey, by the way, let's go back to the draft thing. Portland Trailblazers, y'all need to pay attention to whoever's in charge of drafting for Cascade.
Right.
Like that's how you draft a team. That is a nasty team. And, I know we're going to get into this in a second, but they got the freaking Caitlin Clark of softball, man. They got really Sam Landry. They got the freaking, the girl that basically made softball great again.
Absolutely.
You know?
They got Mia Davidson.
I mean, there's lots of girls that make softball great again, but Sam Landry is the poster child. She had that crazy run with Oklahoma. She got knocked out, unfortunately, by her old coach from Louisiana, from the Raging Cajuns. Yeah. And then within like 2 weeks later, last year, she was drafted #1 in the AUSL draft. And within like 2 weeks, she was playing for the Volts. And somehow, some way, she's now on the Cascade, which happens to be my daughter's favorite player. It's like her idol. They look like twins. They literally look like twins. And their pitching form, everything, they look absolutely identical. You would think if you looked at a younger picture of my daughter and a picture of Sam Landry, you would think it's the same person. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting for us.
Ziva was pretty excited.
Oh, man.
She was pretty stoked.
Yeah.
When I saw the video, I was like, she's pretty pumped.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? And then we got Kelly Maxwell, left-handed pitcher. Dude, crazy. We'll get into all the stats with these girls here in a bit. There's more combinations. There's more there's more little strategic combinations going on with some key players here. I'm excited for it, man. Let's jump into it. Portland Cascade head coach. How do you even say her name? Tyra Flowers, right?
Yep.
She's pretty much softball royalty, so I should know how to pronounce her name properly. But she is one of the most decorated ladies in the sport. She's a 2-time Olympic medalist. She got a gold medal in Athens in 2004. She got a silver medal in Beijing in 2008. Just a freaking beast.
Yeah. If you're going to lead the charge, that's a woman to do it right there.
That's right.
Speaks from experience. You're not going to, if you don't do what she asked you to do, she's just going to do it for you and show you exactly how to do it. Pete Carroll, eat your heart out, buddy. Because like this girl's going to be able to do it. That's
right. Because she's got plenty of experience coaching and plenty of experience playing. She's 2-time All-American, UCLA athlete, all-time Hall of Fame. This girl knows how to win games, and she knows how to pick. I don't know. I'm sure she had a part in putting together this team. This squad is unbelievable, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We got some notes to go over, buddy.
Oh man, there's so many good players. Like I really like the one I really want to touch on is Whoever thought it was a great idea to draft the 2 human vacuums in the history of softball so they could play together is just a genius. They basically grabbed the 2 best shortstops and put them on the same team. So now you're gonna have one at third and one at short, and it's just like, what are they calling it? The no-fly zone?
The no-fly zone.
Oh.
No-fly zone, man. You've got Paige Sinicki.
Yep.
And Sis Bates, man. Both these girls are elite infielders. Nothing is getting by these girls. Nothing is getting by these girls.
No.
Phenomenal. And you think it was just coincidence that they've got 2 of the best shortstops in the country on the same team?
That's not coincidence.
No, dude.
No, that was part of the master plan. Whoever put that together.
In fact, that's one of the most exciting things about this team, about this whole thing right now, is those 2 playing together, man.
Yeah, 100%. Because you got Paige Sinicki. Is it Sinicki or Sinicki?
Sinicki. I'm gonna go with Sinicki, man. I'm gonna learn about all this.
Yeah,
we're all brand new in it, to be honest with you. This is all brand new to us, so we literally are just putting our homework together. And so if we mispronounce your names, hey, don't hold us. Don't beat us up. We are sorry.
We'll get it right eventually.
We will, and we're gonna nail it.
But Paige Sinicki, former Oregon Ducks,
absolutely.
Yep.
She knows Oregon softball.
Mm-hmm.
She was with LMU for a hard minute.
She's gonna get that Oregon that Eugene draw. A lot of people are gonna come on up to watch her. It's gonna be good luck hitting to the left side of the field.
Dude, she's a Gold Glove winner. 2024. I didn't even know they had that. She's a Gold Glove winner, 2024. She's the first player in Oregon history to win the NFCA Rawlings Golden Glove Award.
Wow. Okay. So they just started giving it out, huh?
I mean, hopefully it's not like the NBA where they just start giving out awards for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't want participation trophies at the D1 level.
First team ever to have 3 girls from the same hometown with batting averages over 300.
Right.
Speaking of batting averages over 300, let's talk about Davidson.
Oh,
power hitter, home run queen. This girl hit 92 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Beast.
And let's be honest here, these aren't girls. These are women.
Oh, yeah.
These are women.
Yeah.
You can say girls all day long. These are women.
She got a gold at Pan America. She got a silver at the WISC World Cup. I mean, this roster is stacked, you guys.
Yeah.
This roster is stacked.
Don't they have that? Who's that reliever they have? Isn't that the reliever that's like 6'2"?
6'2".
Or is that different? Who's that chick that's 6'2"?
Oh my goodness.
Pitcher?
She's
not even number, like, obviously Sam Landry and Kelly, right?
Let's talk about her. You're talking about Carly Hoover.
Oh,
Carly Hoover.
Yeah.
Carly Hoover is the veteran of the squad. She is the she's been around the longest of the whole team on the team. 10 years playing professional, I guess. Right? Am I wrong with that? Did I read that right?
I think it's something like that. She played in Japan, right? I mean, there's a couple girls that played in Japan. And they didn't just play in Japan. They rocked Japan.
Diamond Softball League for 6 years. Okay. 2022 MVP. And she was named the JD League, the Japan Diamond League Player of the Year in 2022, leading with 18 wins. Check this out: 198 strikeouts
at the pro level
with a 1.66.
At the pro level,
yeah, right.
Like it's one thing you do that at like high school or college, but you get that many strikeouts at the pro level.
How old did you think that? How old?
Jesus,
man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Silver in 2016 with Team USA in the Olympics. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of looking for her. I'm thinking that she's going to be the leader of the squad. I'm thinking that she's going to be definitely, probably like the captain or have some sort of heavy influence on the team. But man, it doesn't stop there. This squad is stacked, you guys. We can go on and on about everybody. What's really exciting though is that it's right here in Hillsboro. We were just talking about it a few weeks ago. We were like, man, if this podcast thing kicked off and the hops and blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden we got professional softball, like professional softball, and
timing could not be any better. hopefully we're gonna get. I mean, I would love to
hopefully-
get some of these players and coaches, some of the managements, I mean, groundskeepers. Just get. If you're watching this and you
wanna
like
get on
podcast, drop us an email at bucketdadspodcast@gmail.com.
That's
and
right.
reach out to us and we'll get you on the show.
Absolutely.
You know?
Hey, you know what? And we should have said that before we even go any farther, man. If you made it this far and you're still with us, make sure you hit the like button, smash that subscribe,
share it with your friends,
leave a comment.
Yeah.
Talk trash.
Just make sure it's hilarious.
Yeah. Talk good comedy trash.
Yep.
We're cool with all that. And we'll talk trash back.
Yep. Oh, hey.
What do we got going on? I thought we were going to commercial right there.
And so on this podcast,
Boom.
we just had Blaze Lavenger Travis call in. How you doing there, Travis?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, man, we're doing great. We're on the podcast right now. We may or may not edit it out depending on what you say, but what's going on?
Well, call me when you're not on the podcast.
All right. Well, we'll wrap things up here in about 20 minutes. We're going over the AUSL. We just checked out the roster and stuff, and we're covering it. And after that, we'll give you a call back.
Well, hey, with that being said, I will tell you that Kara has started already working on a meet and greet event and everything for our Blaze organization.
Nice.
So
Well,
pretty cool. So we're already working on it. We're going to work on putting 3 teams together because there's a big minimum you have to have.
Mhm.
Because it sounds like we got a bunch of information on that, and we are not like technically the hometown for them. We are like a starter town because they think it's going to do great here.
Mhm.
But we've really got to like sell out that place.
Well,
So we've got to pump it for them to stay.
Oh, we're pumping it right
Which I
now.
didn't know that.
Hell yeah.
we're pumping right now.
So anyways, yeah, that was it. I was just checking in with you, and then I wanted to chat with you about a couple other things that had to
Sure.
do with that field. So
Sure. Awesome.
call when you get a chance.
Sounds good, buddy. All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Boom. Shout out to Coach Travis.
Coach Travis at
for
Blaze.
our first call in. Too bad he didn't call and we didn't have him on.
Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
He couldn't hear me.
No,
But
he
I could
couldn't hear you.
I could
Yeah.
hear him real
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
That would have been fun.
Man,
We're gonna get there one day, guys. I promise you that.
Well, I mean, we got a channel for that. We just didn't tap in the phone, and he could have heard himself and heard us talking to him and all that. But it was unexpected. It was unexpected.
It was.
Anyways, back to what we're saying.
Well, what were we saying? I was saying how cool it is to have him here in Hillsboro, man, and how cool it is to have girls who are playing the sport, who love the sport, and shout out to us for having the only podcast that I know of
Yeah.
in the backyard.
Yeah.
In the backyard.
Yeah.
You know why that is? We put the balls in the bucket, bud.
That's right.
We put the balls in the bucket.
Yep. And we've tossed them with precision. And I
What
would
else
just
we
like
got?
to say that both Chad and myself are proud season ticket holders for
Just saying, we both are.
the Cascade.
So let's talk about that. Let's jump into that, man. Yesterday, I get a text. Rob sleeps in a little later than I do, and so I get this text at work. Boom, dude, in the group chat. I'm like, all right. I seen him on my KTU, whatever, 12 Fox News, whatever. Came on. I was like, oh, here we are. What's this? What? And then I get the group chat goes off, and then it was, you're buying tickets, and I'm like, man, we gotta buy tickets. And everybody's buying tickets. We go to practice last night. Everybody's buying tickets. Everybody bought tickets. Everybody's got tickets. I'm like,
Yeah.
So we pull the trigger. We buy our tickets.
FOMO's kicking in.
Yes. And then we read the details. A little bit on the schedule details, huh?
Yeah, everybody purchased the tickets, and then we figured out that there's 12 games in 1 month.
All 12 games are just like pow, 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 pow.
Now,
I don't know.
don't get me wrong.
Coach Travis.
We like softball.
That's a lot of softball.
That's a lot of softball on top of
especially
softball.
because the games typically are going to start probably at 7.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean that
during the week.
that makes it kind of work for everything other than practice. Right. So games not a big deal, because most
Practice
games are usually
Shifted
done.
early. Something in practice is going to get shifted ahead to say 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
5 to 6:30.
that would
Ballpark 7 p.m.
be 100%.
And that's probably how the season's going to go.
Which is going to honestly be great,
It's only gonna take a month to
especially
get
if what
through that.
Travis said as far as just trying to pump it up and trying to get like more travel teams involved. I think that's a great idea because then we end up going to the ballpark in our practice uniforms.
Yeah.
So we're representing Blaze while we're
Oh
there.
my God.
Yeah. So you're going to
Did I
see
say
Blaze
that? Did I just-
on
did I just say that?
national television. Yeah.
National.
Let's go. Let's go.
dude. We got some new sounds on the soundboard.
What do we got?
What do we got?
Oh, we got the bomb.
Boom! That's when we're dropping the bomb right there. What else did you download today?
When someone gives us a call and we ask them a question, they got nothing to say.
Just
Oh
gonna,
no! How where'd my?
oh, you got 3
It
pauses?
changed to. I had crickets there.
Yeah, you did have crickets. Go back.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get my crickets back on there.
Right there.
Oh, that's whoops. Sorry, something slipped.
Well, they're
You
not
know?
on blue actually anymore.
Let's
I
see
think
what
you're
else.
one panel over. We gotta figure out how to use this
What
equipment.
we got here? Oh, yep. Cash in, baby. You already got that one, and then we got the.
Hey,
Oh, hey, and then
too bad, so
yeah,
sad.
Yeah, and then an
Try
applause.
back next time.
But yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll get the crickets on there right now, just in case I ask you a question. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun though. That was funny. Anyways, good stuff on the softball here in Portland, here in Hillsboro. Things to look forward to with the Cascade is keep in mind right now we're a small squad, so it sounds like that we are going to be bringing in 4 more.
4 more.
4 more. How's that work?
I'm pretty sure that the 2026 draft happens, collegiate draft happens right after the College World Series, because that's what happened last year. Because Sam Landry pitched, she got knocked out, and a week and a half later she was drafted, I think, or so, and then 2 weeks after that she was playing with the Volts immediately.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's in spring 2026, so just right around the corner there will be the college draft, and we will pick up 4 more players. So
Yep.
we'll see what happens. I mean, with the roster now, who else?
They picked up 4 more. They'll pick up 4 more players, and then I don't know how it works, if they're going to end up adding a couple walk-ons or if they have practice squad people. I'm not really sure how that works, but I know injuries happen because one of the girls or somebody, was it somebody that was on this team was not drafted, but they were picked up last year.
I didn't get that far into it. I don't know.
I think it was Paige Sinicki.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was her.
Okay.
I think she wasn't drafted and somebody got injured, and then she ended up getting on a team. No, I'm going to figure this out real quick.
Right.
Which player was a walk-on because of injuries in 2025 in the AUSL? Paige Sinicki.
Okay. All right.
Paige Sinicki were selected from the reserve athlete pool for the Talons in June 2025 to fill in for spots after Sydney Romero and Montana Fouts were injured or were on the injured reserve list. Thank
Of course.
I was
Forgot about old Montana Fouts. Darn it.
Yeah.
Darn it.
All these
Important dates we got to look forward to, guys, is the season opener is June 9th, and that's going to be
not June 9th.
No, it is June 9th.
I thought it was June 18th.
Season opener against the Blades. It's an away game.
The home opener, though.
It's an away game.
Yeah, okay.
But you can probably catch it on, I'm sure, ESPN, or I'm not sure how you're going to catch those games. I'm sure it's going to be on ESPN or something like that.
I'm sure it's going to be on ESPN.
And that's going to be against the Blaze, who were out of Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina?
One of the Carolinas.
One of the Carolinas. The Blaze go, but shout out to the Blaze.
Yeah.
No relation.
No relation.
No relation.
But, hey,
but we do like the name.
Yep.
I wonder what their colors are.
It's like pink. It's like pink and
I like that.
Pink and possibly blue and purple.
Yeah. But anyways, the June 18th is the home opener right here, Hillsboro Ballpark Stadium. Did they change it from Ron Tonkin? I think they changed the name from Ron Tonkin to Hillsboro Ballpark Stadium.
They did.
It is, huh? That's the official?
Yep.
Official. And you can get your tickets for that online. I think it's you got to go through the AUSL website.
Yeah.
And anyways, hey, I'm looking forward to that. So moving on now.
Me too.
What does that mean for our girls? What does that mean for all the girls playing softball here? Here's the thing. I think it's not coincidence that Hillsboro and Portland, gets to be the tryout team or tryout destination or whatever you want to call it, city for the league, because we do have a huge softball, community out here.
We do.
Probably not as big as Texas,
but yeah,
but
obviously not.
pretty darn
But as
big.
far as like density goes,
Yeah.
there's a lot of softball out here in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, especially with the Ducks and the Beavs and the Huskies.
Yep. I mean, then you got the other colleges. You got like the Linfields and the Pacific Universities and
100. Yeah, absolutely. I think the girls are stoked. I think the girls are stoked to get a chance as what do they call it? Since we bought season tickets, we get some benefits. So we get the meet and greet.
We get some meet and greets. You know, it'll be great for Ziva to meet her idol.
Yeah.
You know, her twin, and then, you know, like Abby, she gets to meet that badass catcher that we just got.
Holy cow,
who
Davidson. Davidson. I'm not sure if it's Mia or Maya, but it's Davidson. I'm sure I'm going to go Maya. I said Mia earlier. I like Maya Davidson. It sounds better. I don't know. What do you think?
Is it MIA?
It's MIA.
It's Mia.
Mia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, we're going to go with Davidson. We're going to go Davidson.
Yeah, we'll go with Mia.
With that being said, as far as I could tell right now, she's the only catcher on the lineup right now. So I would imagine that one of those four coming in are probably going to be another catcher coming in.
Yeah.
And
well, no, they got a utility backup catcher. Remember, one of those fielders is also a catcher out on the outfield. I'm almost positive.
I like that. You gotta have them.
Yeah.
But go figure. She's like the freaking Barry Bonds.
Yeah,
of softball.
Isn't she the one that was intentionally walked like 100? Or was that was the other one? I don't know.
Wild. Intentionally walked like how many times?
It was like 157 times or something.
Yeah, intentionally walked.
She was like, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was like she was the SEC. Like she led the SEC in hits or runs.
Davidson.
I don't think it was home runs, but it was like she was like the best. She was like the best hitter in the SEC. Davidson hit
92 home runs, and she was tied for number 3 for all-time home runs.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just freaking wild right there.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah. Tied for number 3, but last year, I think she was like, she was like the best.
The best of the best. So, yeah, Abby's definitely got something to look forward to, especially with our season tickets. And anyways, man, I can't wait for that to kick off. What kind of bums me out is it doesn't kick off till June 9th. So hopefully we'll get to see some spring training going on with them. Hopefully we get the girls down there and get them involved as much as they can. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's one thing to like talk to these girls about like going, D1 or trying to do something after high school.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to even go down to like a game down at like U of O or Oregon State and like watch these girls play. But it's another thing for them to be able to see them getting professionally paid to play softball and, in their backyard.
Yep.
And know that, it could be a reality. Maybe, because right now it's like the chances, let's just be honest here. The chances of going pro right now in softball is like, it's like winning the lottery. But when these girls end up graduating from high school or graduating from college, there might be 30 freaking teams.
Well, that's just, that's absolutely. So this is just a brand new thing kicking off.
There may even be minor league softball teams by then. Who knows? But it's growing and it's growing rapidly. And I want to say that I saw some kind of metric where it was talking about the data for fast pitch softball over the last few years is like the fastest growing sport ever recorded in history as far as popularity goes. It's blowing up super fast right now, which is why the AUSL is happening, and that's why Major League Baseball is getting behind it.
I wonder if how much money. I was going to say, I wonder if MLB is got their foot in helping out with that whole thing kicking off.
Yep.
I know they do for the Hops with that new stadium, $150 million.
$150 million. Yep.
For their stadium. Yeah. So, hey, if Major League Baseball wants to get behind anything, I think that's great, dude.
Yeah.
And especially if our girls got any shot of getting behind that, like you said, by the time they get to that level, maybe there will be viable options.
Yeah, and it's not even just being a player, because even if you can't play, you can still be involved. You can be a coach, you can be a therapist, you can be a trainer, you can work you can still be involved at a professional level with softball,
right?
Locally,
right?
Well, and
right.
like the opportunity is never really exist other than at the collegiate level, but like, you know, to be able to do that here in your own backyard, if you want to stay close to family and stuff, how cool is that, you know? And, you know, it's like,
especially if it just brings anything positive for the community.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And like, and so one of the games, I forgot which one it is, but we have this huge tournament here called the Valley Invite. And it's basically Oregon's showcase travel ball tournament where, you know, people, you know, teams come in from all over the United States, possibly even Canada. I'm not really sure, but I would imagine some teams maybe come down from Canada.
Yeah.
And like, it's the big deal. And they got like, I don't even know. I'm going to guess a few hundred teams, maybe even more than that coming on in. And they're playing at fields all over the area, including Hillsboro Stadium areas. Right. And so that's happening when Cascade is playing a home game.
Yeah.
So can you imagine how many of those teams are going to be trying to get tickets to go to that game?
Yeah.
Like it's going to blow up. It's going to be freaking travel ball central on that freaking game. You might even have tailgating in the parking lot and people not even going in the game just to be part of the culture and network where you got players walking around talking to different freaking travel ball coaches trying to freaking figure out where the next team's going to, you know, because just like you have in the portal, the transfer portal in D1, girls like one of Ziva's coaches a long time ago, like we were talking, oh, we really want to get on a team and, you know, a team where we can grow, be part of the family. He's like, I hate to break it to you, as much as it's nice that you would like to be on the same team all the way up, it rarely happens.
Right.
You know, eventually you just got to go to where the opportunity is, because the idea is if you really want to play softball, it's about getting to that D1 level or further. And you gotta take whatever path is best for you.
Yeah.
And as far as like holding on to the bonds and like have that hold you onto the team, he's like, those are the wrong reason to stay on a team. You stay on a team because it's the best opportunity for you in your softball career.
I think those bonds will happen in high school level too, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I think those bonds will be like, and also going back to what you're saying, like there's out here, I mean, you don't have a whole lot of options. So like what
That's
option works best? So like that, you know, like if you're trying to get your kid to like a school, if you're trying to shoot for that path out here, there's only a couple teams that you're going to try to get on. Maybe 2 or 3.
And it's like that. And that's when you're like, okay, how bad do you want it?
Right.
And how many jobs are your parents working? Because you know what? You're going to be traveling hours to practice.
So now with this AUSL kicking off, by the time, like say the girls are 11, 12 years old now, by the time they're 16, 17 getting scouted for colleges, there's going to be more opportunities for more predecessors of them to advance because there'll be more teams.
Mm-hmm.
So the turnout, so more girls should be getting the opportunity to go to school, and this could work in a positive or a negative way. It could work in a good way, or you could flood the market with a bunch of players that don't have a lot of talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because right now, basically, the ones that get to play are the best of the best. Right?
Yeah.
When you only have a few options to play on.
Yeah, but when you start making teams for everybody so everybody has a chance to play, you start to become like Hillsboro Rush, that soccer team where it's almost like a freaking, or the soccer club where it's almost like a freaking money grab. They're like, oh no, you're a competitive player now. You know, give us this money. And it's like, dude, this person could barely dribble the ball and wreck, and you just put them on a freaking competitive level team. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's
like you're not helping them out.
That's what I'm getting at.
I know,
that's exactly. So we'll see how that goes. I think that there's enough talent to go around. Unfortunately, there's not enough avenue to get the girls there. And now with professional softball coming bigger, and you know, there's going to be, you know, it's going to be a lot. You know, you'll see a lot more girls staying in it through high school, which is what we want. Oh,
the alarm system is going off.
The automatic alarm. I think the moms are going to get involved in this too. You're going to see some bucket moms get involved and see what they do to help out the girls, because you know they put their own touch on it. You know what I mean?
They
definitely every team has an onslaught of moms.
Like when we get the moms on here and they talk about all the little crafting things that they do for these teams, man.
Well, that's just it. Making all the clips and pins and all the things and the bows, all the different uniforms, all the themes that they do for all the little things, all the little videos that Kara does with the girls, and you know they do their little things. So it's really fun times coming up, guys. We're looking super forward to this season. I don't know how else to get it kicked off besides let's just get it kicked off, dude. It's coming up fast, bro.
I know.
It's coming up fast.
I know. And for those of you out there that are on teams that don't train hard during the winter,
you're slacking on your man.
You're slacking.
slacking on your Mac, and
because there's girls like ours that have been busting their ass all winter long.
they ain't slacking.
And you think you can take time off, and the girls need time off so they can relax. Yeah, that's fine. They can relax, but there's girls out there who are pushing it twice as hard during the wintertime, and they're going to come out and just freaking rock.
Well, especially now with professional softball in our backyard.
Oh, to talk about inspiration to keep the drive alive.
Talk about inspiration, bro. All these girls are going to be playing super hard because everybody's going to want a shot.
And let me just tell you, you think it's us pushing them. We push them a little bit, but we don't have to push them that hard. Maybe the first year travel ball to push them, but once they see success, they get a taste of it. They push themselves.
They want to play.
And
they crave the push.
Like for example, my daughter, she had this last year, she had it was like almost like a winter festival or something like that, right? It was, hey, winter festivals they got blow up houses, they got games and stuff like that.
At her school,
at her school.
I think I went,
and I was like, that was. I'm thinking.
Anyways.
You went to the Halloween one.
Okay.
No, this is a different one, right?
Yeah.
So she was involved in the Halloween one. She was actually part of the scare room, right?
Copy.
But the other one, like the fall, whatever it was, she was not part of. But like all of her friends are going to be there, right?
Right.
And so I said, hey, just to let you know, it's totally your choice. It's I'm not going to hold you one way or the other. I get it, but do you want to go to softball practice or do you want to go to the winter thing? She's like, softball practice. It's like you'd rather go to softball practice than go to a winter. Like all your friends are going to be there at school bounce houses. She's like, yeah, softball's way more fun.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Oh, you want this. You want this.
Oh, here's my call-in. Let me take this one. We'll have to edit this one out depending on what she says. Hi there. Welcome to the show. You're our second call-in of the night there, Bucket Mom Bear. How you doing tonight?
All right. I'm great. How are you guys?
All right. You're our second caller of the evening. We had Coach Travis call in for a half second, and you called in. So you got anything positive you want to say about the AUSL softball team, softball league in our backyard with the Portland Cascade?
I think it's great. I think that girls sports have come a long way, and I like to see the younger girls that, girls our daughter's age that's playing, that they get to see like girls sports are important too, and it gives them something to work towards.
I agree. I think it's great for women's sports.
I love you, and thanks for calling in the show. Abby's here tonight with Abigail. Abby, we got the Abby and Abby show doing homework out front, and we got the Rob and Chad show. We just put on a pretty badass podcast tonight. I think we're about to wrap this one up.
Yep.
And it was a pretty good, successul one. Do some editing.
And by the way, we're still going to be talking about the Cascade on the next few podcasts because we got more players to cover. We haven't even touched. I mean, we've barely touched on the team. There's some ballers on this team.
We're still doing our homework, guys. There's so much more to come, you guys. This is literally just the beginning. Just the beginning, man.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning. There's so much to see, and we'll see how this goes with our team with practice. Now that 2/3 of the team has purchased season tickets, and the games are all every night, pretty much. Yeah. So, anyways, hey guys, have a great night. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. And follow us on TikTok, Insta, and all that. We're out there. It's either the Bucket Dads or Bucket Dads podcast. Just look for us. We're out there.
Yeah, we're there.
Yep.
Thanks.
But thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
The dew is still heavy on the outfield grass. I'm watching the morning shadows pass, loading up the truck while the house is still. If she's got the heart, I've got the will. I grab that 6-gallon plastic throne, the most important seat I've ever owned, with a worn out glove and a padded lid. I'm just living for a softball kid. In this softball life, I'm living like a bucket dad. The best view of her spirit is the one I've always had. I'm the shadow in the bullpen, the protector of the plate. Whatever she's dreaming, I'm gonna help her make it great. From the dirt on her jersey to the tears she might cry, I'm her steady ground beneath the summer sky. Yeah, I'm living like a bucket dad. I've taken the bruises, the balls to the chest, just to give her the chance to be her best. We talk about change-ups and the way the wind blows, but it's really about watching how a young lady grows. I'm her coach and her catcher, her therapist too. When the world gets heavy, I'm the one she talks to. She's a phenomenal athlete, a force to behold, but she's still that little girl with a heart of pure gold. We drive to the clinics and the camps far away, but it's her soul that I'm driving at the end of the day. Time's moving faster than a rise ball flight. I'm just trying to hold on to every Sunday night. In this softball life, I'm living like a bucket dad. The best view of her spirit is the one I've always had. I'm the shadow in the bullpen, the protector of the plate. Whatever she's dreaming, I'm gonna help her make it great. From the dirt on her jersey to the tears she might cry, I'm her steady ground beneath the summer sky. She'll always be my baby, no matter the score. And I'll be right here by the dugout door on a 6-gallon bucket, her biggest fan, doing everything I can.